The 49ers take a break before the little rematch with the Eagles next weekend. Today, we explore the exciting perspectives of the upcoming clash between the 49ers and the Eagles, a game tinged with the flavor of revenge for San Francisco. In this report, discover how quarterback Brock Purdy and coach Kyle Shanahan are facing the challenge, while Eagles coach Nick Sirianni shares some comments about the 49ers. Dive into the passionate comments of the protagonists and join us as we unravel the keys behind this eagerly awaited duel. The San Francisco 49ers aim for a rematch with the Eagles after defeating the Seahawks with a solid score of 31-13 in Seattle. This victory gave them the edge in the divisional race, and now they can focus on the anticipated showdown in Philadelphia, with the opportunity to move closer to the top of the standings in the National Conference. Brock Purdy, despite leading the NFL in passing statistics, may be facing challenges related to arm fatigue. Although he started the season strongly, concerns arose after a Sunday game against the Cowboys. During the broadcast, Purdy confessed to Troy Aikman that his arm had not fully recovered. Subsequently, he lost 3 consecutive games and had issues with interceptions. A week of rest provided some relief, and Purdy bounced back with impressive performances. However, a Thanksgiving Day game in a short week showed a decline in his form, suggesting possible arm fatigue. With additional rest time before facing the Eagles, the question of Purdy's arm health persists, especially if the 49ers don't secure a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Quarterback Brock Purdy expressed satisfaction after the game and noted that they will enjoy the moment before focusing on the next game. The Niners, with a record of 8-3, have a 2-game advantage over the Seahawks in the division and can focus on pre-qualifying for the postseason, tying with Detroit for the second-best record in the NFC, 1.5 games behind the Eagles, 9-1. The 49ers defense was highlighted, allowing only 1 first down in the first 29 minutes of the game and maintaining control throughout. With a 3-game winning streak after a 3-game slump, they are eager to face the Eagles, remembering the defeat in the NFC final last year. Regarding performance, pressure on quarterbacks was key, with 6 sacks, including 2 from Nick Bosa, who became the 4th 49ers player to reach 50 in his career. Kick coverage was noted as an area to improve, as they allowed a 66-yard return resulting in a field goal, and another 30-yard return that gave possession to the Seahawks in the 4th quarter. Coach Kyle Shanahan tells the 49ers, "You know what we have ahead." After winning in Seattle and heading to Philadelphia, the NFC leader, Brock Purdy barely had time to enjoy the 49ers' 31-13 victory on Thursday night in Seattle when, well, it was already time to look ahead to the next challenge. Too early to talk about the next away game on December 3rd in Philadelphia? Too early to stir memories of 10 months ago when his right elbow was injured in a 31-7 loss in the NFC Championship game? Obviously, many people expected because of how last year ended, said left tackle Trent Williams. But last year has nothing to do with next week. It's still just a game for us to be 1-0. It will be another tough environment, just like it was in Seattle. Purdy preached about taking advantage of the extended weekend to recover and clear our minds. And as for the game plan for the Eagles, we'll deal with that next week. Coach Kyle Shanahan offered a similar message at the end of his speech in the locker room for the first 49ers, 8-3. There aren't many times in football where you can play on Thanksgiving, have 3 days off, have 3 days to think about what you did. These 3 days go by fast. Shanahan said, "You guys earned it. I want you to rest. But you know what we have ahead." After winning in consecutive seasons in Seattle for the first time in franchise history, the 49ers must win in Philadelphia to position themselves as the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. But first, the Eagles, 9-1, host the Buffalo Bills, 6-5 on Sunday. Obviously, many people expected because of how last year ended, said left tackle Trent Williams. But last year has nothing to do with next week. It's still just a game for us to be 1-0. It will be another tough environment, just like it was in Seattle. Left guard Aaron Banks pointed out that the 49ers moved up to the second spot in the NFC playoff standings, thanks to a tiebreaker on conference record over the Detroit Lions, and said this upcoming matchup is everything you want. In terms of high stakes, we just have to be ready for the environment and ready for their D-line guys. They're pretty good, so we've got to have a good plan for them. Banks said, "We have 1.5 weeks to get our bodies right and be ready to go out and have a little revenge." The 49ers defensive line also features stand-up players. The 49ers recorded 6 sacks, the highest of the season, on Thursday night, giving them a total of 15 in their 3-game winning streak since adding Chase Young to their rotation last month. They accumulated 18 sacks in their previous 8 games combined. They are 2 of the best teams in the NFC, and we're excited and ready to go out and face them again, said defensive tackle Arik Armstead. "I like playing in big games, and this is going to be one of those." Philadelphia Eagles coach Nick Sirianni praised the impressive performance of the San Francisco 49ers, their upcoming opponent in the National Conference this Sunday. He acknowledged that the 49ers come into this game with a desire for revenge, considering it a warning. "Not only he but everyone here is alert. They are really good," Sirianni expressed in the pre-match press conference. Referring to the recent history of the 49ers in the NFC Final, Sirianni mentioned that San Francisco won the final in 2019 against the Packers, lost in 2021 against the Rams. This year they were in the final again against us, and now he gives every indication that they will reach the doorstep of the Super Bowl again. "I can say that it's a team with a very good defense, but we also have an excellent offensive line. Both of us are very well built," the coach emphasized. Although the Philadelphia Eagles finished the regular season as the number 1 in the National Conference last year, with 14 wins and 3 losses, Sirianni emphasized that in the playoffs, that position only counts to have the advantage of playing at home. He mentioned that, despite the privileged position in the regular season, they start anew in the playoffs, following their process to stay at the desired level. Sirianni also stressed the importance of playing at home at Lincoln Financial Field, where fans provide strong support to the team. "Our fans make us feel really supported. They are tough on the opponent," the coach affirmed. In addition to the support of the fans, Sirianni highlighted the mental strength and ambition of his team to reach the Super Bowl, describing the team as physically and mentally tough, showing consistency throughout the season. Passionate friends of the 49ers, we've reached the end of this exciting journey leading up to the showdown with the Eagles. Are you ready for this clash of titans on the field? Leave your prediction in the comments right now. Tell us and be part of this passion-filled conversation. Don't forget to give a strong like if you're as excited as we are for this matchup. And if you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe so you don't miss a single detail of the 49ers' thrilling journey this season.